Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is our take. We are your hosts. I'm Motion.
I'm Taylor.
And I am Optimus Prime.
Stop it. Get some help.
He's still here, ladies and gentlemen.
We're just talking about it. I just can't help it.
We got another fun episode for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. This time we're going to be returning back to the world of Warhammer 40K. This is another original series produced by Games Workshop for the Warhammer, world, I guess is what it is. But we're I don't know, we're like just diving down the rabbit hole of Warhammer 40K, and
We're going for it.
And I'm here for it because this show is dope. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk to you guys and give you guys our take about Angels of Death. I know, very ominous name, but
it's actually pretty standard for Warhammer.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense for Warhammer, but for us common folk, it's kind of like, oh, damn. But this TV show came out in 2021. It is a 10 episode long season, I guess, or series, because I don't think they're making another season.
Yeah. Is that including the Origins?
No, so not including the Origins. So then there, on top of that, which forewarning, I did not watch the Origins. I did not have time.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't have time.
I watched it, didn't know we were covering it. So.
I will watch it because I really enjoyed this.
I did watch
series. But so there's 10 episodes, and each one is roughly about 18 to 20 minutes long. So it's not that long of a series. But one thing that they did do that I think is really, really cool, and I wish that more shows would potentially do, possibly, I don't know, but they basically, instead of having to like watch each episode individually, they made a
supercut.
So I guess is that what's called a supercut, where they put all of the episodes together into just one continuous video. I didn't watch it like that, to be honest, because I was afraid that they maybe like cut stuff out to make it flow better.
No, it's all.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is, like, I didn't want to miss out on anything because they cut it out to make the full movie or the full supercut flow better. So I just watched it episode by episode so I could make sure I saw everything. But the next time that I watch this, I probably will just watch the supercut version. Because did you watch the supercut or did you watch
No, just individually.
Yeah,
I think I would probably prefer the.
Yeah,
the
I watched
though.
both, and I thought it's basically the same. It's just there's no like. It just fades to black and then comes back in the next episode. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, next time I watch it, I'll watch it like that. But yeah, we're gonna do this in traditional fashion, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about it spoiler free real fast, give you guys a score, and then we'll dive into spoilers and talk about the glory of the Emperor. Ladies and gentlemen,
Holy God Emperor.
Sorry, my bad.
Holy God Emperor to you.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yes, definitely a god.
God Emperor. God Emperor. Yes, definitely.
Don't even get me started on faith.
Oh my holy faith. God Emperor! I can't imagine being a faithless heretic.
Just praying so much.
Okay, spoiler free thoughts. I'll go first. I really enjoyed this show. It like after the first couple minutes of the first episode, I was just like, yeah, this is like right up my alley.
Yeah.
This giant space marine dudes just wrecking shit, and it was dope. And I thought they did a really good job of creating a story, and not just being giant space marines destroying everything.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the complex emotions shown by different characters, and there being layers to the story. Like I thought it was really well done. I was really impressed. I really, really liked this show. So, what about you guys? How do you guys feel? I mean, I pretty much already know your thoughts because you're like, just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you're just there is no.
Yeah.
It's Warhammer or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, but
I smile ear to ear every time I watch a Warhammer show because it's just fucking awesome.
What about you, Taylor? What were your thoughts when you watched this? Because this is your first time seeing it, right?
This one, yeah.
This particular show.
Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. I do think there's a lot of really good things with this show. There are a few things I wasn't too much of a fan on, and then there's a lot of possible technical issues, so I don't know how much I can put it on like the actual show itself, but I did want to mention it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Technical.
I don't know. Does it count as spoilers?
I'm not sure, so
Yeah, we'll just say
We'll save it for the spoiler
We'll just
section.
but there were some issues for me with the show. Like I said, probably technical issues, so I don't really harp too much on the show itself for it.
Yeah.
More of the
Editor or whoever.
the editor
Yeah.
slash
Mixer.
whoever runs the app and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
put it more on that side of it versus the actual story and stuff and the characters, because it's all really like done really well and stuff. Really cool seeing the Blood Angels and stuff, which this revolves around. Really interesting style choice with the color palette, I guess we'll say.
Yeah.
I think it does work well with this particular story, though at times I feel like it's just a way to like hide details on certain things, but not a super big issue.
Yeah.
But overall, it's still really awesome.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go scores. Connor, what's your score for Angels of Death?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Okay. All right, what about you, Tay?
I'm gonna give this one an 8.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I didn't have any issues with it. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10.
Whoa! God damn!
I really,
That's
I mean,
surprising.
That's awesome.
there's like maybe a few things that could have been slightly improved, but I legit watched this all in one sitting. I just like brought me back to my show binging days of old when I
Yeah.
would just stay up all night watching the show. I mean, it's not that bad because they're only 18-minute episodes.
Right, you can
but-
actually do it with
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
one. Like,
yeah, and not
nowadays
feel,
it's
not
like
feel like a
an
fucking
entire week of just
Yeah.
sitting there.
Yeah, thank you
Exactly.
to Warhammer Plus or whatever for making these shows not like a fucking hour and a half long episodes of
Yeah.
like every you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every fucking show. Like, I'm glad that you can kind of diversify and have those long version shows, but also just make like whatever kind of format you want. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like the last show was just like what, like 3 episodes.
3
like,
episodes,
18
18 minutes.
So it's like, and it was still really good. So, you know, it's good on you for actually making good shows that you can make into long, short,
Yeah,
medium,
good on
whatever.
you for being able to effectively be effective with all different time.
Yeah.
Time
Looking at you,
delays.
Witcher 3. Season 3.
Stop.
I mean, there's probably a lot of shows that.
Yeah. That, you know, but just saying.
I don't know. It's 10 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me about TV shows that like jack up the rating for me is if after every episode I don't hesitate to click next. That's what does it for me. And this episode, I didn't even like. As soon as it started fading to black, I was like, okay, next.
Yeah. I want to say
So-
if you have like ADHD or ADD or whatever, these are the kind of shows you want to watch, dude. 'Cause this will keep like I get like I'm like in it the whole time. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I don't get taken out of the like. I'm like, oh, I'm in it and like the whole time, and then it's done, and I'm like, that was fucking awesome. You know. And so I love that it keeps my attention the whole time because that's just personally hard for me to fucking do. You know. So it's like it's. I think that is for me a hallmark of a good show because not a lot of things can do that.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so real quick, Angels of Death can be found on Warhammer
Plus.
which is their own private streaming service.
Yeah.
Which again, I know we mentioned it in the last episode that we did on Warhammer, but I think it's pretty awesome that they have on their own streaming service. So if you guys are interested in watching it, go check it out on their streaming platform. It's pretty dope.
And like Taylor said last time, it's not only just shows on there. They have like stuff like painting tutorials and like how to build your own army. And if you want to get into the lore, they have videos about that. So it's just like a bunch of stuff. It's not just like TV shows or movies.
They also got like soundtracks and all that
Yeah,
kind of
they
stuff.
also have like the whole entire soundtrack from each show.
All right. Well, let's get into spoilers so I can tell you guys why it's a 10 out of 10 for me, at least. Okay, this is gonna serve as your official
Spoiler alert.
Okay. First thing I wanted to address real quick is just like now that I'm a little more like exposed to the Warhammer universe, what are we anticipating Henry Cavill to be with whatever show that is happening with him?
Oh, he's got to be either like a commissar or a space marine.
Did they specify which Warhammer series they're doing?
40K.
I know he's doing
Okay.
40K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
He's like he wants to do 40K. So they gave him his own 40K show to do.
Nice.
So I'm hoping that he's gonna be like a fucking space marine, like
Yeah, like-
librarian or chaplain or something, and just like a huge badass.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy with like a commissar who just shoots people in the head if they don't fucking like do it.
What is a commissar?
That's part of the Astra Militarum. So it's like, all the like green,
Yeah,
the regular,
The regular
like the regular
soldiers.
people you saw in the show
Yeah,
that
that's the-
turned evil
Yep,
or whatever.
yep.
The commissars are like their lieutenants, kind of.
Oh.
yeah. I was just gonna say that's an
Nah.
officer.
I want to see that. I want to see that dude in.
But the
a-
commissars are actually fucking badass. Like they just go
Yeah,
out there with a
they're-
pistol and a sword, and they just fucking like, it's killer.
Yeah.
They're not
but-
like your standard
I need to-
fucking.
Yeah, they're not like a standard
Meat
lieutenant.
shield.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But the whole time I was watching this show,
yeah.
I
You
was
wanted to be a
watching-
space marine.
I was watching like NKS
Yeah,
or
a chaplain.
what is the other
They're
NKS and
I-
the other
oh.
dude that were beefing the whole time? What is the other Costivo or what is his name? I think it's like Costivo or something like that.
Sergeant Kazarian.
Kazarian.
Yeah, Kazarian.
Sorry, Kazarian. Yeah. Like the whole time I was just imagining like, oh, that could totally be Henry Cavill. Like,
Yeah, where he's like struggling
Yeah.
with the blood rage or
I mean,
the black rage or whatever.
No matter what they choose, obviously,
Yeah,
if
he's
Henry
gonna be
Cavill,
dope.
you're gonna
Yeah.
see his face.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's where the money is.
Yeah,
So,
I would love him to be really anything, just super a badass, like Space Marine or not, as long as he's just like a one-man army, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
he's this. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool for him to just be an
yeah,
insane space marine.
or just put him in a fucking dreadnought and just take the fucking faceplate off.
What is
Yeah.
the dreadnought?
that's
The
the, big
giant-
robots.
Oh, the where the igneous and then they made
I am the
Igneous
Emperor's
Orchid.
hammer.
That actually, so I don't think they would do that initially, but maybe down the line.
Like,
Yeah,
once
if he
he
like
dies.
dies or something, and they put him in a sarcophagus to put him in the dreadnought. Yeah, that'd be fucking sick, dude.
So maybe in like 3 seasons they might do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some like just world questions. Like I don't know anything about the world, but like, all right,
Shoot.
so there's different, I guess, jobs for the Space Marines. There's
Yeah.
like, obviously we had the chaplain, which was
He's like the priest.
most insane looking dude I've ever.
Oh yeah, they have the
Yeah.
coolest fucking helmets,
Yeah,
dude.
javelins are fucking awesome.
He is sick. Like his armor and everything was.
Yeah, when he busts through that wall and
Yeah.
just like smacks that dude with the axe, I was like,
It's like, burn the
damn!
heretics.
Yeah, just like, burn the heretics! Kill the mutants!
Purge the unclean.
I'm like, oh my god, that's insane.
They're way cooler than real javelins.
yeah,
So-
for sure, dude.
But they are like chaplain, meaning like he's gonna be like the minister of faith or whatever. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
tries-
Yeah, like they
He keeps the brothers on the path to.
their
Okay.
primary job is to be like a normal chaplain.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
they also are still Marines. So
Yeah,
they,
they're
They're not
still,
like,
like,
real
super
world chaplains
badasses.
that just sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They like have the holy light of and like fucking like smite people
and
and
they
shit.
always have their like at least one holy like weapon with them versus like a standard Marine
Yeah.
where you just
Yeah,
might
that's
have-
why he has like the
Which was
axe.
his axe.
Yeah.
What did it say on the axe? I forget. It was
I don't
It
know.
probably
like,
says
punish-
like
I
the
think it said
emperor's
punish
will or
them
something.
all.
Yeah, it probably
Yeah, it was
says
like-
something
it's-
like that.
Yeah, most of the time it's like generic stuff like punishment, judgment,
I'm pretty sure it said
retribution.
punish them all, and
Yeah,
I was
purge.
like, that's sick as fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
A lot of
Like,
the,
and they have like whole blessing, like every weapon that they have like entire blessing rituals where people will come in and just like fucking like wave incense over the hammer and be like, bless this hammer, the holy, like, and then like they treat it as like a fucking holy
Yeah.
relic, and they like, go out and they're-
especially
Yeah.
the melee weapons they use.
Yeah, the melee
they
weapons
often
for sure.
treat them like actual.
yeah, because they
relics
can
and stuff.
imbue them with like psychic energy and shit, and just like,
Yeah.
it gets fucking crazy.
So then we have apothecaries, which there was none in this show.
They're
right?
they're
And they're
medics.
the medics.
Yeah, they're medics.
right?
Yeah, because their apothecary died, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
In the-
I remember them saying that
If
at
you
the
watch the Origins episode, spoilers, but they have an apothecary in there, and he fucking
beginning. Okay.
Yeah,
He
because
gets
they talk about
got-
how they lost him.
yeah.
in the show.
And then is it Tech Marine?
Yeah,
is
the
that
Tech
what
Marine
Raphael
does all
was?
the, like-
he's basically like the engineer. of
Yeah,
the-
he's basically
okay.
like all those I don't know if you know, but the Mechanicus of Mars, they're like they make all the like gear, weapons, and stuff for the Imperium of Man,
Uh-huh.
and they're like they basically think that like flesh is like a weak
Right.
thing, and like the machine is like basically the ultimate form. So they all start as like human, but then they
Just mod
over time
themselves.
try to become as
Cyborgs,
machine
pretty much.
as possible. Yeah.
Mm.
They try to get rid of all that. So like the tech breeds kind of like they're sent to Mars to study with the Mechanicum, and then they kind of take that up, which is why he always says like whenever
The
he's like
machine
confirming something.
compliance.
Yeah, he always says compliance because that's what the Mechanicus does that's how like a machine talks. And they believe that every like weapon, like every sort of anything that has like a gear in it or electron or anything that's like mechanical has like a spirit in it. That's like they're like actual like
That's
sentient
interesting.
beings. So that's why he's like, bless this holy machine spirit. Like,
Do what I say.
Heed my will.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that guy's fucking awesome.
He is. He's
He
great.
was insane.
Compliance. It's like,
He might have been like the most like
yeah, and he's got like a
insane
fucking
fighter,
extra
dude.
arm in the back that he just like.
Yeah.
like everybody else. They were all at some point in the series got a little flustered where they're like, "Oh, I gotta fucking go nuts." This dude the whole time was just let me click on dead, and then his arm would just grab somebody and throw him that way.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, that was
insane."
one thing I really enjoyed about this show is they portray like they're non-standard Marines
Uh-huh.
doing much more than they're really like need to do.
Mhm.
Whereas like your standard, I mean, not that they don't fucking do their jobs,
Right.
but like the tech Marine and the chaplain and stuff, they go like way above their expected.
Well, because because it's about the
responsibility.
brotherhood and they love their brothers. And
Yeah.
like, that's all that they care about, really.
I really enjoyed the just the like I don't know how to explain it, but it made me feel like a man.
camaraderie.
Yeah, dude.
The
Warhammer will
brotherhood.
make you feel like a fucking
Like,
man,
I
dude.
just felt like if I if space war broke out in the real world and I had to go, like that's what I would want to do.
Yeah,
like
put me in a fucking suit of armor. Give me 3
Yeah.
lungs, 2 hearts, and I'll
yeah, like,
fucking go die.
let's go. Like give me a band of brothers and let's just wreck shit.
Yeah,
man.
especially with the weapons they get. There's like a very... If you guys watched our last episode on Prior Nexus and you watched that show, this is all into the Space Marines. There's no like... This is just Space Marines, and it's like all their fucking weapons are just sick as fuck. Like the Flamer, that guy just like runs
Yeah.
up and he's like, clear a path. Okay. And he just like runs up and he's like, "Rah!" Just like fucking burns like an entire building. It's like, that shit's fucking awesome, dude. And he just like he's just standing in the middle of the fire and he's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it was I don't know, just the whole time I just had an adrenaline pump going.
Yeah.
And it was they did such a good job of balancing the action with the story and actually like folding the story back in on itself, because in the beginning I had no idea what the hell was happening.
Yeah, because it kind of
Like-
it's like a into the future kind of thing.
Yeah, like it kind of tells a little bit of the past, a little bit of the future, a little bit of the present at the same time, and then they talk about like this time warp stuff and the storm, and I just like it just took me a while to kind of grasp everything, but once everything kind of folded in back on itself and they fleshed it out, I had such a like aha moment of like, oh, I get it now. I get everything that they're trying to like do here. And I don't know, I really enjoyed that. I like pretty much every storyline that they talked about. I really liked the ship mistress and the bridge and everything. They had such good
Yeah, that's cool.
depth and dynamic to each of the characters, even though like all of the master, like the master of the helm, the master of the Vox, all of those people, like even though they're such like small characters, they just had so much depth to the way that they interacted with each other. And you could just really tell like how, I guess, elite of a crew they are. Compared to, I mean, I guess I can't really compare it to anybody because I haven't watched any other like Warhammer.
It's kind of like Star
crews,
Trek, but if it was like really violent and like way darker and cooler.
But yeah. But it just like, to me, I immediately could tell that everybody on the Sword of Ball was like they're like not your normal like crew. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's actually something I enjoyed a lot as well. Is that I know this is fictional, but they pay a lot of respect to how actual like chain of command and like regulations work within the military. They do that very well in the show, especially with the ship crew you're talking about with the Sword of Ball, and things happen immediately.
yes,
Yeah.
because the show starts off like you're just in the shit like
Right.
pretty much in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you'll see quickly like, okay, they fucking died, that sucks, but they're like, all right, I'm now the highest ranking officer, this is what we're gonna do. And then they get an order to like, all right, never mind, we're doing this, like,
Yeah.
and it's just like immediate responses because that's like shit that we have to do in real
Yeah, they
life.
don't fuck around. They're just like,
yeah.
there's
no-
get this shit
Like you
done.
can't
It was
just like
Like the fucking
ponder on
the
everything.
navigator it's like the psycher of the ship
Oh,
or
there's
whatever. When
some
she dies,
fucking
they're just like,
losers.
get another one in there now.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck, dude. They're just like,
I
I
guess
mean, that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Otherwise, you're fucked.
I guess what it is it's refreshing to not see like this infighting and just over emotional
Yeah.
stuff that happens in a lot of mainstream movies nowadays. Like it was just pure like, okay, this is our job, we got to do this, let's get it done.
Right.
And-
Everybody's like super professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're definitely, there's both in the real world, but like it's just refreshing to see the extreme side of professionalism, extreme side of chain of command, and being like, hey, like we're about to just condemn 2 billion people to die, but we got an order to go back to ball, so we're going, bye.
Yeah.
And like nobody, you could tell that people were like in their heads like, damn, like that's really fucked up, like I don't actually want to do this, but like, hey, that's my order, let's do it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I like you'll quickly obviously see like everybody's role and stuff, but you'll see how the chain works for them, because obviously the ship crew is basically Navy,
Right.
which is slightly different in real life because there's also the Marines.
Right.
They go over them, which you can tell by the way they refer to each other, like, oh yes, my lord, and all
Right.
and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and the mistress for the the fleet officer. But which is unique to Warhammer, because obviously in real life it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. The
Yeah,
ship
the
captain
Navy-
is
the
in
Navy's-
charge no
the
matter
Navy's
what.
Yeah,
in charge.
the Space Marines don't give a fuck.
But
dude.
in here, because they're Space Marines and they're like the angels, they oversee everything else. And so
Yeah.
even though they will like show respect to the fleet officer stuff, because the guy's like, oh, you've been like a I don't know, I don't remember the exact words, but like you've been a amazing like
Oh, yeah,
daughter
you
of
could
Ball.
been a good
Daughter
daughter
of
of
Ball.
Ball.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
the
like,
blood
they
angels
just because
keep
she was
you.
born on the planet or whatever.
And then even for the master at helm, like
Oh yeah,
he
dude,
literally
he
kept going till he died,
he died on the helm, like
doing his
literally.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He gave it all the way up till the very end. I thought that was awesome.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it was
All
cool.
the characters were fucking awesome in this show.
Yeah.
Thank God for good characters. You know what I mean?
No, for real. I that's such an impressive feat to accomplish, to be able to flesh out so many characters, especially with all the different Space Marines, all the different angels, because like each angel,
They all have their own. Like,
yeah, they were all
unique.
individual and they were unique, and their stories got fleshed out simultaneously. You could tell like different emotions from different people, and who was more like I don't know, like some of them were more like gung ho, let's fucking destroy shit. Some were more a little bit more reserved. Like that's a weird
but they were
word to
all
attribute to a
badass.
yeah, that's a weird word to attribute to a space marine. But like you can tell which ones were more thinking about the bigger picture and which ones are kind of like I just want to kill everything right here in front of me.
Yeah.
You know,
Like the fucking
The honor guard.
Yeah.
yes,
I see movement.
Yeah, fucking the auto
But
gun
hey,
guy who's just
I mean,
like, fuck it.
that's their job is to protect them. So good on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, he did his fucking job, dude. He was just like, I don't fucking care who's moving out there. You're dead.
Yeah, and that was a lot of movement. So
Yeah.
it's understandable.
Dude, the Space Marines are just like, like you said earlier. If you want like a piece of media that's gonna like inspire you to go to the fucking gym, dude, it's fucking Warhammer, dude. Like a fucking Space Marine taking a giant las tank round in the fucking chest and just be like, oh, and then
And
getting
just
back up and like just
"Ah."
charging into battle, dude. That shit's so fucking like that shit gets your blood pumping, dude. It's so fucking good. Like the whole battle scene with the tank and everything. I fucking love that shit. Shit was fucking awesome.
No, all of the action was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
The only so one of the let me just kind of it has to do with that, but it just like the only like I wouldn't really call it a downside, but I think the only like whatever we'll call it a downside. The only downside to the particular color palette that they worked with in this show, which for the oh god I can't talk. For those of you that have not seen the show yet, it's all black and white Noir style with the angels, and anything like that has to do with the angels is highlighted in red. Like they're all red.
Yeah.
And their ships are red, their drop pods are red, all that stuff. So it's a very interesting color palette, very interesting visual. Super cool in my opinion. But the only like downside to it, which is not even really a downside, but I think it has to do with fire. Because of the particular color palette that they went with, anytime there's fire on the screen, it distorts everything and makes everything super hard to like super hard to just see and like visualize what is happening on screen. So that's I mean I guess it's kind of like a little negative, but that's really the only issue that I had with the show.
Yeah. What were the issues that you're?
Yeah. What you said you had technical issues?
So I don't know if this is unique to what I'm obviously watching this on, which is Android, but the app itself is pretty garbage.
Oh.
Really?
It doesn't really work a lot of the time. So like it takes me a while trying to watch each episode because the app will just like kind of like fucking freeze, and then I will like constantly have to like tap it. But unlike a regular thing where you would tap it and it wakes up,
Yeah.
it's invisible, but it's still there. So like you'll tap something and then it'll change to another show, and then I'm like, all right, now I got to do the whole thing all over again.
Damn. Yeah.
It's really weird, and that's why I said it's really just like a technical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just watch it on your computer because
I didn't have that issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
think
watching it.
that might be an
a-
Android thing because I don't. What I was thinking about was when I was like, I think I know what you're thinking about. What I was thinking about was, for me, it was the audio mixing in this show. Some of the audio, I don't.
Oh, I did have that issue too, but it
Yeah.
wasn't.
I didn't have
it
any
wasn't
audio issues.
too often though. But
Right.
there, every once in a while, the audio was very. Like most of the time, it was fine,
Yeah, but
and then every once in a while, it'll just like be fucking super flat, and I could
Huh.
like barely discern like different things going on.
Yeah. I think it's the show itself, like whoever did the audio mixing. Because
Yeah.
a lot of times it's with
Really?
like when there's like battle scenes and some of the sound effects just don't happen.
Yeah,
You
like
know what
it's
I mean?
just
Like when they're swinging
missing.
a sword and it's just like, thunk. Like, but you can barely hear it. And I was like,
Like you'll hear like the very end of it, so like you knew something
so I don't
happened,
know if,
but
I don't know if that's a technical issue or
Yeah,
if
I did
it's
not have that issue.
Yeah.
The
It was
audio
really weird.
mixing,
but and then the other thing, which I, because of all the like these like weird technical things that or at least seemingly technical, I don't even know if I watched the show in the right order because
Oh,
it
Oh,
because
dude, that
I'm
fucking
like
sucks.
yeah. You're clicking on.
which it kind of ruined it a little bit. I mean, I still enjoyed it overall because by the time I'm done,
yeah,
I'm like,
you see the
okay,
whole
I know
picture.
exactly what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
Whether or not I watched it in order or not, I don't know. But that's also another thing is because of the jumping back and forth thing,
Yeah.
coupled with the
App.
Technical issues.
technical things,
Yeah.
it's like I don't think it worked very well for, at least for me watching it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even though I understand the overall story, and I was like, okay, that's actually really cool overall. And then the reusing of clips, which I don't know if this was an issue I was having or whatever, but
No, there definitely were a few.
Yeah, like
there definitely were a
reused shots.
few reuse shots.
Yeah.
like there was too many reused scenes.
Yeah.
Like I get it for a little bit to like emphasize certain aspects, but it was a little too much for me in this show. Especially like the entire beginning scene. It's like, okay, I get it. Like if you want to show me a different perspective, just show me the different perspective. I don't need like the full fucking exact same battle sequence happening. And I'm like, okay, yes, this was cool the first time.
Yeah.
Stop showing it to me. And then there was also like, I don't know if this was a budget thing or actual intentional style choice, but the animation itself fluctuates in this show. Where like a lot of the characters, especially when there's like speaking scenes or like actions with actual Marines and stuff, it's that cool, really good looking, like semi-realistic CG kind of stuff. But then a lot of the ship stuff and space things, it's like comic style.
It's like cell shaded.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Like so it's like a mix of that, and I don't really like that because it's just it's very different.
I don't know. I think it's a style choice because of how they animated it and how the color palette is. I feel like they probably.
I feel like they had to.
I feel like they had to do that just to differentiate like the 3D objects in space. You know what I mean? Because of how space is like.
Yeah, I mean,
or whatever.
And the reason for that would be because they wanted it to be in black and white, which is an issue that you probably have with that.
I think that was their. If they made it in color, it'd probably not look like that.
Which that's why I was saying it. I don't know, because it definitely could be a like a budget thing. Because like you said, if you make it black and white, you miss a lot of details intentionally. It emphasizes certain other things, but you can miss things like far off in the distance and stuff, and so you do have to change it.
Right.
But that also could just be a cheap way of like, okay, this scene's going to be more expensive. Put more money than that. This one, it's just bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I get what you're saying.
So
I think it might be a style choice because of what you were saying. I think it is a budget thing that they did it in the style because they probably didn't have a big enough budget, because the Origins episodes are in full in color.
Yeah.
So
are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think they just wanted to stylize it like this, but probably because mostly of a lower budget.
Yeah,
You know
which makes sense to me, because this one, like compared to the last one, this is obviously longer.
Yeah.
It has a lot more characters and stuff going on.
Yeah, it's probably like way
so
too
it makes sense
expensive
to me
fucking-
for it to be cheaper. But the difference is, like, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
So if you're gonna rewatch it, I would just watch the supercut on your computer.
yeah, which that might have like
Fixed, yeah.
at least helped it.
Yeah, and then
when I was
the
watching
Origins
it.
episodes, you can tell huge jump in like quality for sure. Like it full in color, like the sound and everything. I didn't get those, like, you know, we were talking about with the sound. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell anymore. So I was like, okay, I feel like it's a budget thing because there was no like discernible sound issues. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues at all.
The sound thing too, it's very noticeable when you're having like something really active going on.
Yeah.
Like if there's like a chainsaw being used and it's like, I should be like hearing the bass of it going, but like it's just like, it's like, oh, that's weird. But then the next scene, it'll be fine. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But
It's so interesting to hear your guys' perspective on a lot of this stuff with the animation styles and stuff.
Yeah. But for me, that doesn't
Like,
take away how good
No.
the show is.
What I'm trying to say is, like, I think that I missed a lot of that stuff because
You're just
I'm brand new to Warhammer 40K.
yeah, I mean, you're
I'm
probably
I'm
pulling
pretty,
in more of like
yeah.
the actual
Like, I'm just like
world of it and stuff.
my eyes are just glued to the insane stuff that's happening on screen, so I miss a lot of the finer details. And then also with just like animated stuff in general. I don't watch as much as like you do, so I just don't notice. I think I just don't notice those smaller details, or those different details. But
but everything about, I mean,
it's still
Warhammer's
really
just
good.
fucking
I mean, Warhammer overall obviously is
they
super
just
cool,
like
but-
try to make it as badass as possible. You know what I mean?
well, they definitely succeeded. I mean,
even their fucking ships, like the Sword of Ball, that's fucking awesome. The other ones is like Vengeance and Deliverance and shit.
what is it? Judgment.
Yeah, Judgment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all generic names.
But I mean, it's fucking cool, and their ships look fucking awesome. I mean,
I just love the whole like
the ships look like just giant flying cathedrals that just have guns on them.
I love how integrated the whole religion aspect is.
Yeah.
And it's not like religion where like they're trying to shove down your throat that Jesus died for your sins and he rose on the third, like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But like all of the verbiage and
it's like very gothic.
And their words that they use are like start the rite of destruction. Or like
it's
the
basically
rituals
like,
of destruction.
Rituals,
like
rituals
the
of
Crusades
destruction.
were in like
no, it's
2,000
exactly
years in the future or whatever.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And
it's fucking awesome.
Some of
They
them
carried
literal,
fucking
'cause-
crosses into battle and like slammed it into the ground and just started like slicing people up.
Because there are the Templars.
Yeah.
Which are awesome.
Yeah, the Black Templars, those guys are fucking cool. Which the Blood Angels, if anybody didn't know, they're red Space Marines. They're all red. I think you already said that, right?
Yeah.
But they're all red. They all have like blood, like a kind of a blood insignia, like a drop of blood and stuff.
Yeah.
But they all have the whole kind of background story to this show is like them specific character dealing with the Black Rage.
So I wanted to talk about that because I still like even now don't understand what the heck was going on. So you're talking about Sergeant
Kazarian.
Yeah.
Right?
He has so all Blood Angels have this affliction where they, because of their gene seed, their Primarch Sanguinius, who was this like, he literally looked like an angel. He had fucking angel wings, and he'd use a sword and stuff. He in the Horus Heresy, when Horus Lupercal went to invade Terra, Sanguinius went up, like teleported into his ship to fight him, so that he couldn't get down onto Earth to like kill the God Emperor. And when he died, because Horus kills him, I don't know what happened, but there's like this psychic thing that happened to where basically all of his whole chapter that was under him, because they come from his gene seed, when he died, his like rage at not being able to stop Horus from
killing the Emperor.
Right. Well, from basically like not being able to stop Horus from what he was doing, or trying to kill the Emperor. It like went into this psychic like rage explosion in like everybody's mind in the chapter, and then from that point on, it's just been like this like
okay, but
curse.
what like is it like? Is it like he's gonna die? Like if
no,
he
they
gets
just
into, is it like the dark
like,
side of the Force? Like
no. They just basically like lose their minds, and they become like these bloodthirsty. They just want to kill everything. Like everyone they see is like Horus Lupercal, and they just want to kill because they like are imbued with the rage of.
And that's what happened to Sergeant Ancaeus at the end.
Yeah, so when he's fighting the
goes
Tyranid, he
basically-
sees Lord Horus Lupercal, and he's like, I have to stop him for the God Emperor. Like that's like their whole thing.
So they pretty much go like
Yeah, you can probably
blood
explain it better
drunk.
than I can.
I mean, that was a pretty good explanation, honestly.
I don't really know the whole.
But yeah, it's generally just like a curse where, like he said, it's dates back to their like fucking
Primarch.
Yeah, Primarch for their chapter. But at the end, when you see Kazarian, he kind of starts feeling it again in the moment, and he just kind of like stands there, and then the fucking
he just kind of embraces it.
The
Tyranid.
Yeah, I don't remember his
the
exact
Brood
name,
Lord
the
or
Brood
whatever.
Lord. But their fucking leader, he's just like standing there and he's like, oh, okay, like free kill. And he just like smacks him, and then and Chaos comes in, and he just loses his fucking mind because he thought that Kazarin was dead.
Yeah.
So he goes fucking nuts with his
His
it's just
sword.
a knife, but they mix what Ancaeus is seeing with what's actually happening, because you see him fighting throughout prior, but then his knife turns into a fucking full like sword and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like he said, the Tyrannid turns into the fucking
Horus lubricant.
yeah, horse. And he's just going fucking nuts, like
Yeah.
Yodo level fucking jumping around, like, and he's
Which
still
is
getting
fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool, and he's still like getting hit and shit, but he's just like, I don't fucking care, like
they
die.
will literally like be like ripped to shreds and still fight until like
And
they literally can't.
until either
So-
they lose or they win.
Yeah.
So, and Chaos died of his wounds, not of the rage, like losing his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I mean
they-
that's he didn't die because of that, but
But if they
that's the
succumb-
common result of it.
Right, yeah. And if they succumb and they don't die, their brothers will kill them because they can't do anything else anymore.
Right, like you're pretty much just like lost.
Yeah, you've become sanguineous and you just want his rage was so
Especially at the
great
end, it's
that
fucking.
you just want revenge
Yeah.
for sanguineous basically.
But I love the fact that they fucking. This is when the color often comes into play very well, and this
Yeah.
is when he sees fucking Kazar and he's like, "No!" And then you see his eyes just fucking glow like super bright red. It's super cool.
Yeah. It's fucking awesome. I love
It also adds to a lot of the emotional scenes that you see throughout, particularly with one of my favorite characters, which is Raphael, the chaplain.
yeah. So
Because
cool.
in one of the battles earlier, again, you see Kazarian kind of fighting with himself, and he's like standing there while everybody's like around him
Yeah.
trying to like survive.
yeah.
And then the chaplain comes in, he's like, "No, brother," and he like grabs him, and then he like wakes
That's
up,
how
and he's
he
like, "Oh
dies.
shit!" And then the chaplain dies.
Yeah.
I'm like, "God damn it, no!
Yes.
Why the chaplain?"
But he
No.
saved him. He saved him
He
from
did.
just,
He saved
losing
him.
his mind.
Because he didn't want to lose him, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You will not be like in blood we are born, brother.
Yeah.
Let it armor you."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah,
"Ah."
it's really cool that they, and this is for those who don't know, this whole like sect that they're in is called the Black Watch because it's people who are basically the rest of the Blood Angels chapter see as like more susceptible to the Black Rage.
Mm.
So they kind of put them in this sect of the Blood Angels. It's just called the Black Watch, where they're kind of like the front line, like Marines of the chapter.
It's basically like if you just got a detail of like
Right.
going to the shitty.
Yeah, because they know that they're probably, or the rest of the chapters kind of figures that they're probably gonna just get like subside to the Black Rage and lose their minds anyway. So
It's kind of fucked up, but like it makes sense because then
Yeah.
you don't endanger the rest of the
right,
chapter.
yeah,
Right.
and that's how they become like really close brothers, is because they all. Fight
So
this.
where did Sergeant Kazarian go? Like why was he on the judgment?
So that's when he's like praying in the temple or whatever,
Yeah.
and the vampire dude comes out.
Yeah. But he like got sent to
That's a whole
another.
fucking other guy, but
He got sent to like another like.
yeah. So that's
That's
where,
what he's talking about.
Yeah, so that's where he is
Oh,
now.
So
okay, 'cause
basically, at that
he
point,
went
it was
to-
like a jump back in time,
Oh,
Yeah.
and it was
okay.
before he got reassigned to
the
I think
Black Watch.
Yeah, don't they sometimes refer to it as the Death Watch in the show too?
Yeah, either one.
I mean, they're basically well, from what it seems to me,
I think
interchangeable.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't crucify us.
Yeah, I don't know, but it seemed interchangeable.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean, it
don't know.
sounds the same. But like he was saying, it's basically like a separate unit within them, where if you are a high risk individual, they put you in there. But if
Yeah.
you come out like Kazarian did, generally you're found like fit for duty, so you will
okay.
return to your actual
Yeah.
company or whatever.
So it's like going to an insane asylum.
I mean,
Well, an insane
you're
asylum.
you're
filled
still
with,
but you're still
battling. Like you're still
But still
you're on-
killing motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're on the front lines though, but it's just
Yeah.
it's I don't know, like it's kind of a dick move, but it's like it makes sense, but it feels bad, but
Yeah.
I understand it.
That vampire guy is the only guy in the entire chapter to like overcome the I already forgot what it's fucking called, but the Black Death or whatever.
Yeah, or some
Rage.
Black Rage.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's the only one to ever like overcome the Black Rage, and he like controls it, and he can never be like he can never succumb to it.
Yeah.
Which is why he
cool.
looks like that. I don't know. That guy's like super fucking scary.
Yeah, he is. He's freaky, but I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. He's the only one, but nobody else knows how to do it. I don't think he's told anybody, so that's cool. But yeah. I think, you know,
It makes for that scene honestly makes for some really cool like development and interactions between Kazarian and the rest of his chapter.
yeah.
Because
He doesn't want to be there.
It's something like if I was to refer to a movie that somebody might be able to relate this to, it would actually be Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Because you're taking somebody that is completely separate from like the core unit that you're following and seeing how they interact with each other. Whereas like he was with them before, but he obviously got reassigned and he was gone for a long time and now he's back. So you can see like the tension and stuff where the ones that were always there, they don't feel any different about him because they understand like that's just how
things work.
Worked.
Yeah.
And he just happened to be one of the people that got selected. But for him, it's like he lost his family.
Right.
You know, like all
For
of
him,
his
it's like
brothers.
a death sentence.
And he's pretty much.
He.
I mean, it very well is for a lot of people.
But he doesn't see it as like this is his family or whatever.
Right. Like now he feels so lost and like disconnected from
alone.
them that he's by himself. But as we see throughout the fucking a lot of sequences, throughout every single one of them is always like, no, brother. No.
Yeah, as we see from the best character in the whole show, the chaplain.
Bro, he's so awesome.
Yeah.
I was super. I'm not gonna lie, I was super sad when he died.
Yeah.
I was super sad, but
He was like the glue.
I will say that like that's such an important aspect to have in shows like this.
Oh yeah, Warhammer.
Because-
Everybody,
Especially,
nobody's safe.
I think for this type of like,
just the type of content that it is when you have these like insane like action sequences where just gunfire all crate, like people gotta die, like on both sides, like they gotta just annihilate all of the
By the end of the fucking show,
necros.
I mean, almost all of them.
Yeah, almost all of them are dead.
Which is but that's one thing I liked about this show.
Yeah,
is
I think it's important.
in the beginning, obviously you're introduced to like why they are who they are,
right?
Where like for every type of character, like they're fucking badass, but then you see they eventually meet their fate just like everybody else.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I like I said, I think it's important. I think it's important to have because it just it elevates the emotion and the sacrifice being made, and it actually adds to the characters.
Yeah, I mean, even the fucking huge badass dreadnought.
Yeah.
It's fucked
Especially
up.
for the dreadnought.
Yeah.
Like in the
I just
beginning,
wanted
you're
to
like,
see ball one Lord.
Yeah, that was
skies
fucking
of
sad.
fall. Yeah.
That was fucking sad. But he was fucking awesome. I fucking
he was
love
super
the dreadnought. So cool.
It was definitely interesting too.
I am
like,
the vengeance of the Black Angels.
I am the sword.
like obviously it makes sense, but I personally have never seen a dreadnought fall. Like normally, like a Space Marine, I've seen them die many times, and it's like
Yeah, but dreadnoughts
it's
are
super
fucking...
cool. The dreadnoughts, I haven't particularly seen a lot of things where they get destroyed, but this was one of them. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it makes sense because
Yeah.
obviously everything gets
overrun,
wrecked.
Yeah.
He was just fucking. I mean, there's like thousands of fucking.
Yeah. That was kind of nuts. There's so many people.
Yeah. And I mean, he was
many
fucking, like, literally killing until like, he was lying down on the ground still
Still
fucking shooting
shooting.
people.
What you say?
Oh, dude. Yeah, so that, do
But
you,
yeah, him and the fucking Tech Marine dude.
yeah, so that, do you get
I
the
can't-
video I showed you?
Damn,
No?
I'm sorry. What is his name? The Tech Marine?
Raphael.
No,
No.
it's like something with
I
an
don't
A.
remember his name.
Adriel or something.
Yeah,
Him
I
and
thought it was
Raphael, dude. Fucking best characters.
Yeah,
Oh,
in this
Raphael
show,
is
He's
the
the chaplain.
Yeah. The Tech Marine, I forget what his name is, but so do you remember the video I showed
I think I
you
love
of
videos,
the like meme video of like the Tech Marine working on the dreadnought?
Yeah.
so that's
It's
what the
like,
show.
stop touching me.
Yeah, dude, that's so funny. I gotta show you that video, but I was like, oh man, once he watches that show, he's totally gonna get it. But yeah, so
Yeah.
there's an old pervert touching my wires. Don't touch me there. Please.
Please
Please
be
stop.
still, brother.
Please be still, brother. I'm trying to fix you. You're trying to molest me.
No, I'm not.
So funny, dude. Yeah, but I love that fucking scene. So good. Where he's just like trying to fix him. He's like, "No, brother, just let me go." I have lived for millennia.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know that Warhammer 40k may not be the like thing you guys are most used to, but I'm enjoying it, and I think we'll continue to do some more Warhammer 40k content, especially since our Lord and Savior Henry Cavill is entering the world, and we
and
need to prepare for that.
Sometime soon, Space Marine 2 can come out.
Yeah, that game looks fucking sick, dude. That's like #1 game of 10 years.
The only thing you might not be into it about Ocean is it's third person.
Yeah.
I'm getting more and more open to third person. More and more.
But other than that,
it's badass.
It has more to do. It has more to do with the like feel of the gameplay than it does the vantage point. Because like there are some third person games that I do enjoy. Like I don't like OG Fortnite was fun. I enjoyed.
Yeah,
OG
I mean,
Fortnite.
that's why I know exactly what you're talking about
Yeah.
because it is just a nature of third person games where it feels almost like
it just feels
laggy
unnatural
or weird because they intentionally designed it to be to be cinematic. But it's frustrating because when you're playing a game, you want full control of everything. Like in first person, where like if I turn.
Yeah.
In third person, you can turn, and then your character will like slowly, like move and stuff. But it varies by game. Yeah.
It just depends on the game.
Yeah.
It really does. But that was one thing that I did want to mention about this show real fast. It'll be the last thing I say. But this show feels like I'm watching a video game. Very like
the animation.
Like no, not necessarily animation style, just the events that happen because everything leads up to a boss fight, and then the boss fight happens, and then afterwards, this euphoric state. So like it's just like the whole time I was like, oh, there's the boss music. Here we go. They're ascending they're ascending
the fucking
lift.
Tyranids in this movie. I just want to say we're fucking super dope.
Yeah,
I fucking love the Tyranids. Like when the dude's like in the beginning. The captain or whatever, he's got like no arm and he's got like the one fucking machine gun bolter and he's like standing there just and it's like it's just like and there's like 1,000 Tyranids coming towards him and their eyes all fucking like glow white in the fucking darkness or whatever. This is really cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah. I love the Broodlord too. I thought he looked really cool.
Yeah, the Broodlord looks really cool.
Looks insane.
Very menacing.
The son I thought was really cool and designed really well. I like his overall like story arc.
Yeah.
Was not a fan of the sister though.
Yeah, but I think that the sister was kind of necessary. They just needed a like
the Tyranid lady.
Yeah. The I guess they had like psychic powers to talk to each other.
Yeah,
but they needed like a
anyway.
She
got instantly killed.
It was funny. Honestly.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. She's like, I have psychic powers. He's like, I don't fucking care.
It's like, here's a window.
Psychic that bitch. And he like threw her out the window.
It reminded me of fucking Dread.
Yeah.
She's like, and goodbye.
Yeah, that show was fucking awesome. So cool. Yeah, all the like really dope Tyranid like main Tyranid, like the fucking Space Marine Tyranids or whatever, like the super steroid Tyranids fight was cool. The Broodlord fight was cool.
It was all
super cool.
Excuse me. It was all really well done.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
very cool.
Looking forward to more in the future.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining us on this second episode about Warhammer 40k. Let us know how you guys are feeling about the Warhammer content down in the comments below. Let us know if you guys want us to do more Warhammer 40k or if you guys want us to go to do some Warhammer stuff. Let us know what you guys are thinking, what you guys are feeling. If you guys want to see, I don't know, gameplay or whatever, just let us know down in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Appreciate all the love and support. Thank you, boys, for introducing me to Warhammer. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's probably going to ruin my life for a little while, but whatever.
No, dude. Warhammer can never ruin anything. There's going to be a lot of people saying otherwise in the comments.
You have finally been born, brother.
Finally.
We're just going to have to add a Space Marine helmet up there.
Bro, dude. Space Marine helmets? We got to get those, dude.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys.
Need a fucking chaplain helmet.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude.
That's just fucking awesome.
That would be sick. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Check out our social media as well as the other shows here on the channel. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
We are the Emperor's will made flesh.
Purge the heretics.
For the Emperor.